What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel for another one. Real quick, if you haven't done so, please make sure you hit that like and the subscribe button and click that notification bell so you will be notified anytime I post another video. But let's get right into it. I'm not going to go over the price today. We're just going to go straight into it. It says an article from Cointelegraph says the white paper introducing Jack Dorsey's decentralized Bitcoin exchange published on Friday. This is bullish for crypto. This is bullish for Bitcoin. You know, for those that don't know, Jack Dorsey loves Bitcoin. He absolutely loves it. He don't believe that there's going to be any other cryptocurrency out there but Bitcoin. He believes that Bitcoin is going to be the world reserve currency. He believes just as well as others, and I believe a portion of that. Do I believe that there's going to just be one cryptocurrency that's going to rule them all? No, there's going to be other cryptocurrencies out there. You know, you got cross-border cryptocurrencies, you got NFT cryptocurrencies, you got gold-backed cryptocurrencies. Well, you can actually say Bitcoin is actually a Bitcoin Gold 2.0, but that's another topic that I'm going to actually address here soon. But you got a lot of other cryptos that's going to be potentially have that competing spot. Governments don't create technology. They simply adopt it. But time will tell when this is going to happen, and things are starting to actually fall in line when it comes to actually Bitcoin actually being considered the world reserve currency. But I'm going to talk about that. It says here, it's not a decentralized exchange in the trust sense of the word, but it's a peer-to-peer token swap platform under the oversight of Square. So for those that may be not paying attention to what's going on, you know, Jack Dorsey did utilize Cash App to actually be able to buy, sell, withdraw, and send Bitcoin on the Cash App itself. They are going to be utilizing the Lightning Network on the actual Cash App. Now, I do believe, and this is just what I believe, and I'm staying firm to this. We have been waiting for that killer app platform. I simply believe it's Cash App. I mean, you can buy stocks, you can send people money, you can receive money, you can buy Bitcoin, you can sell Bitcoin, you can receive Bitcoin, you can send it out to an external wallet. The only thing that Cash App does not have, and I'm hoping that this happens, is since they're doing Lightning Network and since they're transitioning to a decentralized Bitcoin exchange that allows you to swap token to token for Bitcoin, and this tells me that Bitcoin is going to be the actual native asset on the platform, that you have to have Bitcoin to swap for other cryptocurrencies, and that actually makes the utility for Bitcoin actually better, because that's the number one cryptocurrency out there that's actually you need Bitcoin to swap to another token, and that will actually be the main token. That's how most cryptocurrency exchanges are, but to actually have to actually be centralized, not centralized, but actually structured around Bitcoin and no other cryptocurrencies is amazing. But the only thing, but like I was saying, and I'm sorry because I'm jumping around because this makes me excited, but the one thing that I wish that Cash App actually had when it came to Bitcoin is, you guessed it, I wish it allowed you to have your own 25 password phrase, your seeds. That would then change the game. That would then mean that instead of Cash App being a custodial wallet, and a custodial wallet is a wallet that actually owns your crypto until you actually send it off exchange to a hardware wallet that actually gives you ownership of your private keys. And that's what Cash App is. And that's fine because they're doing extremely well. But once Cash App changes from a custodial wallet to a non-custodial wallet that allows people to actually be in control of their private phrase, our private keys, our private seeds, then that will make Cash App the ultimate killer app platform that we have been waiting for. Cash App is great. It's doing what it's supposed to do. But if you just allow us to get, and I'm reaching, but you know, I can see this happening because Jack Dorsey is a pretty swell fellow. He loves Bitcoin. He loves everything Bitcoin. He believes in the power of Bitcoin. He believes Bitcoin is going to be the world reserve currency. So that's the only thing that's missing. And if you're listening to me, Jack Dorsey of Cash App, please, please, please consider allowing people, give them the option. Like, for example, having Cash App, do you give people the option if they want to be a custodial or a non-custodial wallet? And if it is, excuse me, and if it is and if people click on custodial wallet, then that's the original settings for Cash App. But if people click on non-custodial, then like move it to the section where it says, okay, do you agree that you having a non-custodial wallet for this Bitcoin section that that you have to write down your private keys, private seeds, or private phrases, and that you and only you would be responsible for it. Cash App is not responsible for it. Kind of like that other side, like kind of like dark mode, turn it on and off, kind of like a little toggle of custodial or non-custodial, turn it on and off. That would be dope if you tell me. I mean, I'm getting excited about that. Like, that is the only thing that's separating it from being the actual killer platform. Even though it is the killer platform, I know it's a catch-22. That would be the game changer. But yeah, this going back to the decentralized Bitcoin exchange that allows people to swap tokens out, with Bitcoin being the mainly token to swap it out with. That is actually insane. It says here, Jack Dorsey, co-founder and CEO of both Square and Twitter, released a white paper Friday detailing plans for Square's decentralized Bitcoin exchange and TB DEX. Unlike most decentralized exchanges or DEX, and TB DEX will not utilize a trustless model and therefore will not feature its own governance token. That's a great thing, because that then opens up the world to be like, okay, if they're listing their own governance token, does that mean they're listing an ICO? And we all know what happened in 2017, 2018 when the SEC hammered on ICO. So that's a great thing. That's actually good to know. It says, it is a message protocol designed to facilitate trust relationships without relying on a federation to control access. He's on to something. This is amazing, let me tell you. The TB DEX, that's gonna give me some time to get used to. The TB DEX also intends to include many features that make it far less decentralized than a DEX in the trust sense of the word. For starters, the protocol requires that all participants to pass background know your customers or KYC checks to comply with relevant regulations depending on the user's region. Users can only then connect their wallets to the exchange and swap coins with one another. That is bullish, because at the end of the day, crypto is going to get regulated. It's going to get regulated. Point blank, period. It's coming. It says, so then once you're able to, because the thing is, when you swap tokens out back and forth, that's still considered a gain or a loss. But you know, that's just the way it is, you know. It's just the way it is. It says, further, the white paper called the deployment of blockchain analytic solutions, either built in the DEX or throughout the third party, to track transactions on the platform, such as class of Bitcoin forensic solutions, is potentially controversial topic. But then it goes off by saying it's going to be monitored, know your customers, because you know with the regular DEX, it's not monitored. Like, if something goes wrong, if you send your money to the wrong place, that's it. Like, that is completely it. This is not what's going on. It just allows people to transact back and forth without a federal entity, but you still have to get KYC'd. It's just another form of utility for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has a lot of utility now. It does. I mean, you got the Taproot upgrade that happened that allowed for functionality of possible NFTs, smart contracts, lower fees, faster transactions. It's just an overall absolutely, and fungibility, whether or not you want your transaction to be private or public. So this is pretty neat. I'm glad that this is going on. It says here, there are centralized features on the TB DEX that could also win support from crypto enthusiasts. One distinguishing aspect discussed in the white paper is that, okay. And it says one distinguishing aspect discussed in the white paper is that of chargebacks, which doesn't exist on most DEX. If implemented, the ability for Square to reverse transactions. Wait a minute. So that means if I send my crypto to the wrong address and I know I did it on an accident, I could maybe contact support and say, hey, I sent this to the wrong address. Can you send it back? That would be amazing. But then on the other hand, I'm playing devil's advocate. On the other hand, if somebody wants to look something up and say there was a hack, which that needs to happen because this needs to be regulated and it looks like it's going to be. On the other hand, if something malicious were to happen, or if somebody owed somebody money or something like that, like the governments are after someone, the governments could contact Jack Dorsey's company and say, hey, we want this. We want his crypto. We want his money. Take it out of his account. Or he owes something towards a bill or something, and then it's gone. That could be an issue. I could see that. But that's what happens. That's what happens. It says here, then it also goes off by saying, such a class of blockchain forensic solutions is potentially a controversial topic. Yeah, it is. It says, such a system will likely enable authorities to cross-reference payment. Yep, there it goes right there. And this is my first time reading this. I'm reading this with you right now. This is my reaction, and I did not know this was going to happen. It says, such a system will likely enable authorities to cross-reference payment IDs and public wallet addresses with KYC information to unveil personal identities behind transacting parties. However, supporters claim that such means of monitoring are necessary to prevent illicit activities. And I solely believe that that's the case. You know, I get it as Bitcoin is growing, as the world's understanding technology, and as Bitcoin is growing, this is necessary. And I just want to tell you, there was a Q&A earlier from one of my jobs that I have, and it's just one. And I do a lot of stuff technology-wise, so this stuff isn't new to me. But I won't say the company that I asked because I believe that this would actually help the company. But I said, pretty much in a nutshell, do you believe that you're gonna, as technology is growing, as the world's growing, so is technology. Do you see this company utilizing blockchain and cryptocurrencies and possibly using cross-border payments to lower transaction fees to help your customers? And they said no. And it instantly was a red flag to me because I'm just like, you're going to get left behind. I didn't say that. I was thinking it because it was like a conference call type of deal. I'm like, you're going to get left behind. And I'm just like, I just hopefully that's not the first time that they heard of crypto, Bitcoin, cross-border transaction, lower fees. I hope that's not the first time because this company is going to be in a world of trouble. It is what it is. Bitcoin does what it does. But moving on, it says, but having these centralized features of the TB DEX could also win support for, okay, I already read that. If implemented, the ability for Square to reverse transactions could potentially stop irreversible loss suffered by investors during decentralized finance rug pulls. Square is currently engaging in feedback on the white paper on a newly created Twitter account. Yes, that would be absolutely insane. And then, of course, there's their white paper that they have up right there. But that would be absolutely bananas. That would be insane. I'm so glad that this is happening. I'm glad that he's doing this. Because right now, as we know, Bitcoin has irreversible transactions that if you send to the wrong address, if you send to a burner account, that's it. I know my first time doing a transaction like that, I was sweating bullets because I sent it from one address to the next. I'm like, oh my goodness, what is going on? Did I just lose my money? Did I lose my crypto? What is happening? But you know what happened after that? 2 hours later, it came. I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. So now I always do Dutch transactions to make sure it's the right account, because you just never know. One day you could be too tired, too worn out to do whatever, and then boom, you sit into the wrong account and you can't. But now with the TB Dex, if they fix the irreversible transactions, that is a game changer. But moving on, we're gonna go to another post here. This, like I said about that, like I said, there's no price going on. I'm not gonna talk about the price or anything like that. We're just straight fire, straight utility, liquidity, and mass adoption. Speaking of utility, liquidity, and mass adoption, we got another post. PayPal finally enables crypto payments for millions of merchants on its platform. This is going to unlock so much potential. Anywhere PayPal is, people can actually utilize crypto instead of just buying and selling them. I'm glad that this is happening to, the last quarter of the year. We got a few more weeks before the year is up, and utility and liquidity and mass adoption is actually starting to take place. It says here on Thursday, November 18th, online payments giant PayPal finally unveiled an update to its PayPal app dedicated to crypto users on its platform. Using the app, users can now buy, sell, hold digital assets along with checking out with millions of merchants on the platform. And that's great. I'm glad PayPal's actually deciding to do this. Took them long enough, but hey, I gotta be that guy to say took them long enough, but you know how that goes. I just like with, Cash App, of course, the only thing next PayPal needs to do is actually look about being able to allow customers to send their cryptocurrency to an external wallet other than having it be locked in, because right now it's still considered a custodial wallet. Custodial wallets are great for people that don't want to keep up with their passphrases. But what about the people that feel comfortable with keeping up with their passphrases? Give us options. Let the people pick which ones that they want. It may be a little work for you, but ultimately you're still going to have business. I've never been the one to be able to, to say, oh, I'm fine being locked into this particular wallet, but now I'm stuck. That's actually what happened to me with an exchange. The fees were so high. I was stuck on that exchange, but then I got to the point where I'm like, I don't want to be stuck on this exchange. So I paid the gas fees. I paid the gas fees. I ate those gas fees. I didn't like that their gas fees were extremely high on that exchange, but it was for an ERC20 token, and it was on the Ethereum blockchain. And anytime you're dealing with the ERC20 token, of course, it's going to be on the Ethereum blockchain, and the gas fees are still extremely high right now until these upgrades come through. But I'm hoping PayPal actually allows us customers and retail investors to be able to send externally, because that would be a game changer also. But moving on, here's what the Twitter post actually looked from PayPal. I'm going to press play for you, and let's see. I'm going to actually restart it, and let's see what it looks like. Yeah, more ways to give, explore PayPal. Yeah, and see, I think this is pretty dope. This unlocks utility, and they talk about, it shows mainly about Bitcoin, but of course, it has Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. I think that's the only three that they have. So you're able to buy merchandise with those three. But that was pretty neat. I actually enjoyed watching that. That was pretty dope. Do I believe that? Oh, and Bitcoin Cash. This is massive. This is great. This actually opens up the world. This actually opens up the world to be able to allow people to buy and purchase multiple things. But this article also then goes off and talks about how PayPal has shown interest in NFTs. So I don't necessarily know what they're going to do about that. But it says pretty much what this article is also talking about is that they're saying that the experience of buying an NFT today is a number of hoops that you need to go through that goes to the protection side as well. So that is something that is definitely on the early adopter side. So, I mean, this quote goes about talking about how they're interested in NFTs and pretty much how NFTs have skyrocketed this year of 2021. So this could be a hint that they're actually going to be adding an NFT platform. What NFT platform that they're going to be using, that I do not know. But I am surely hoping that the platform that they are going to be using is going to be the Cardano blockchain. I mean, Cardano's doing the thing right now. Low fees, upgrades. It's a proof of stake cryptocurrency. It's just doing a lot right now. And I'm just hoping that people finally come around to it and finally understand what it is. Because, you know, the Ethereum blockchain, they were the first movers advantage for NFTs, smart contracts, but not proof of stake. But now that Cardano blockchain has proof of stake, smart contracts, and NFTs, I'm really hoping that they actually use that. But that is it for me, everybody. Like I said, no price. Please, please, please make sure you hit the like and the share button, and also hit the subscribe button. Please, 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 if you haven't done so already, please watch my video that I've done previously. It should be popping up somewhere around here. As always, stay focused, stay locked in. Peace.